Here we go.
Wake up with the Sleeper Boys podcast, hosted by me and my brothers Bill and Dean. On this week's episode, we go over the fun from the weekend, a funky elevator situation, give advice to those in need on Reddit, a fresh take on a new conspiracy during Dean's conspiracy theory of the week, and an episode isn't even an episode without Bill's Balls Games. Speaking of, Bill, happy belated Father's Day. How was your weekend?
Thank you. Happy belated Father's Day to you. It was it was not good.
And to you?
Well, it was good. It was good. It was good and bad.
Oh,
We'll start with the bad. It was I got super sick. And
all right.
yeah, that sucked. Not good. Good news was we got to MC over the weekend. Thank you to Ace and the Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Festival for having us out. Eddie and I got to MC a couple of the acts. Dean, you had a honorable prior obligation, which congrats again to the Hannahs.
Very honorable.
With honor.
Very honorable.
It was a great festival. It was good to see the Asian community out there. And shout out to Sound Dread, Filipino band. They do covers for different bands. They were awesome.
80s, 90s.
Journey.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought they were the best act that was there that weekend from what we saw. So
Oh, for sure. They were those dudes. I'll tell you that right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, super cool guys too. So check them out on Facebook. They have a couple videos on YouTube too. So that was a shout out by me. They didn't even ask for that. So and then one other thing, Eddie, last year you had won it, and I am proud to say I have overtaken you because this year I am the number one dad.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy because I'm also the no.
That's
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
Congrats.
I appreciate it.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Here.
Yep,
Take a drink out of the cup.
Did I do that?
No, that's why it's special. It's more special now.
I showered myself with the cup last year.
It's a great feeling when you get that trophy. It really is. I mean, it just not to get all sentimental, but it's it just says don't want it. It's a normal trophy, but they did it out of their heart, so that was awesome. So, well, her heart. I only have one kid, but you had 3 kids.
I do. I wish you wouldn't.
It was a
remind me.
unanimous vote in Eddie's.
yeah.
It's unanimous.
That's true. Good job, number 2 dad.
First runner up this year.
First runner up. Going along with the 2 facts and a joke, real quick. The Philippines, sticking with the Asian theme, the Philippines consists of 7,641 islands.
It wasn't 42.
Nope.
Oh, it's like when Pluto got removed.
641. That figure does not include the thousands of sandbars and other landforms that emerged during the low tide. So that might be the extra one.
That's what
the other fact: human beings can use only a small fraction of Earth's water. Humans can use only 0.007% of water on Earth. 2.5% of Earth's water is fresh water, and only 1% of that is accessible. The rest is like glaciers and snowfields and things like that. crazy when you think about it, considering like we're made up of mostly water, and you know what I mean.
I mean, if you would have asked me to guess, I probably would have thought it was at like 8 to 10%.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
dang, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't know it was that low. Yeah.
So, joke of the week: 2 whales walk into a bar. The first whale says, "Whoa!" The second whale says, "Damn it, Frank, you're already drunk."
Okay.
And that's the joke of the week by Shirley Sheen on Reddit.
With a U.
Shirley.
Shirley.
Sheen.
No, it's Cheerly Sheen. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
cheerily.
cheerily.
Cheerly.
Oh, that was cheerily. What's it going on Reddit?
There you go.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My weekend was pretty good. Obviously, I missed out on the festival with you guys. I saw the mom had posted a video. You guys did great, by the way. But I was my buddy pretty much had almost a second wedding. So I went, it was like his wedding reception essentially. And I was like, I had talked to him on the phone the night before because I was his best man. And I was like, so they're not gonna like make me say anything, are they? Because I was planning on going to the festival with you guys. I was like, but I'm not gonna be there till like 8:00, you know. I was like, they're not gonna make me. He's like, well, man, he's like, no, you're good. You can go do your festival thing. He's like, we're gonna do like our first dance, and like, you know, I'm gonna dance with my mom, and like, he's like, pretty much just think of like when you go to a wedding and then afterwards you go to the wedding reception. And I was like, that sounds like something I have to be there for. He's like, well, it's up to you. And I was like, am I going to have to talk in front of people? He's like, no, dude. He's like, don't even worry about it. He's like, there's nothing planned for you to talk, you or her maid of honor to talk.
I can hear him saying this.
And not 20 minutes that I was there was the DJ like, all right, well, he had the maid of honor go first. She's like, she knew this was coming. But we have a surprise for somebody else. And I'm sitting there like, you mother. Like,
well, if I was the DJ, I would, they were like, well, he's not really ready to be like, he's going.
Well, so,
you know, you just make it happen.
She gave her speech, which she was obviously unprepared for as well. Cause she just said a time where like how her and his wife, Kayla, had met and then that they were best friends. And that was the end of it. And then I went up and then I had something small prepared because I was like, I feel like they're going to make me say something. So I want to have something small prepared, you know, and just in case I was like, I'm probably not. I was like, I'm probably not going to have to say anything. So I wasn't worried. And then when he said that, I was like, you know, immediately, you know how I am in public speaking and stuff like that. I immediately was like, but my first little line popped a joke and then everybody laughed. I was like, okay, all right. Well, this was easy crowd. You know what I mean? So that one, it ended up going over really well. Everybody was telling me how good of a job I did.
I thought you were going to say, and then my second line was just crickets.
No, I only had 2 small jokes in there. You know, it was a country crowd. You know what I mean? Like it was, it was feeling pretty dark in there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of fun. You know, got to do my first keg stand. So that was
first.
I'd never done one before.
Never a keg stand.
No.
Nary a stand on a keg.
No, I've never stood on a keg.
Dean doesn't like people touching his thighs.
Well,
no, just the back of the thighs. Not cool. I was a kid. I was going through puberty. You guys are giving me crap.
The back of his thighs are
I couldn't control it.
Hairy.
I couldn't control it.
Wish I'd never seen it, to be honest.
There was a lot I could do. That's when I stopped wearing high short shorts.
Yeah.
That was my style back in the day. Other than that, I'd actually seen a thing on this. It's not like my strange addiction or like hoarders or anything like that. It was actually extreme cheapskates, right? And this guy, he's extremely cheap. Like he's in this house living for free, but he has two of his best friends who are his roommates living there, and he's charging them like a crazy amount of money to live there, even though he's living there for free in a house that he's kind of like renting, but he's not paying it. They just let him live there because he mows their lawn like 2-3 times a week or whatever it is. But he charges his friends an insane amount of money, it is what it is, they're just renting. But so he takes this girl out on a date, and he's like, you're not hungry, right? Like you don't want to eat nothing. He takes her to like a barbecue pit place, and she's like,
you're not hungry.
She's like, I'm a little hungry. He's like, oh, like, we could split something or whatever. And she's like, well, like, I feel like, she wanted to eat her food. So like,
yeah, probably.
So like the server comes over and asks them what they want. And she's like, well, I'll do the pulled pork sandwich, just like whatever, probably the smallest thing, like meal wise on the menu. And he's like, how big's the pulled pork? This is their first date. He's like, probably big enough to split, huh? Yeah. And she's just sitting there like, and she's like, yeah, I guess. He's like, I'll have one single rib. And they brought out this sad little rib. And he's like, you want to try some of this? Or like, it's like, no.
Go splitsies.
And then she ends up giving him half of her food or whatever, and it cuts off, and she's like, it's just too extreme. Like, it's just not for me. And then by the end of the date, she's like, I would date him again. I'd go on another date. She's like, there's what it's like, man, like this guy must have played some mad game on this chick during this.
Is he charming?
But it didn't seem like it to me, but I guess he could hold a conversation. I mean, and he was telling her about like his living situation, how they don't flush the toilet. They only flush the toilet once a week because it saves him like $30 a month on water or whatever. And she's like, well, she's like, well, that's a little much. He's like, well, if you come over, I'll let you flush, but just once. Like very seriously. He's like, but just once.
Oh man,
one flush.
Yeah, but she was totally into him by the end of the date. And I mean, I didn't follow up on any of that, but I thought that was insane. Like how, like, I mean, you feel like on a first date, you're trying to like, impress a little bit, but he was just being himself, I guess. That was enough. So that goes for that guy, one of the people last week or whatever. So
if you're extreme, I mean, you ought to be upfront. Yeah. I mean, springing that on somebody at the last minute is not, not ideal. Like,
but she had no idea.
Right. Then she moves in, like, no flushing this week.
She had no idea until they were on the date, and he was like asking to split food and stuff like that. And I was like, man, like, I don't know what he does for a living. Obviously, everything is as cheap as humanly possible. So like, I don't know, but I thought it was funny and
you gonna stop up that sauce or what?
Yeah, and then he asked the waitress for a bunch of to-go stuff, and then just like filled up every little cup with like you never have too much barbecue sauce, right? And like it's just fill up.
I'm sure there's a limit.
Yeah,
there is a lot somewhere.
he took a lot. He took a lot of. And then he took whatever leftovers they had. And she's like, are you going to eat that? He's like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to eat that. Okay. So,
like, that's one sesame seed. I'm gonna eat that.
Yeah, I don't even know what was left.
I might plan it. I don't know.
It wasn't like a big pulled pork sandwich. It wasn't like you know what I mean? How like sometimes it'll be huge, like overflowing. Mm-hmm. It was just like looked like almost like a sloppy Joe, like a small sloppy Joe. I guess he ate a quarter of it. I don't know. So, but that was my weekend.
Dude, that's nuts. I mean, I can be pretty cheap myself, but I don't know if I'm going.
Not on a first date.
I don't know. Right? I flush every day. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going crazy with these toilets around here.
Going crazy.
I got a no flush limit, dude. You can flush it whatever you want.
Sometimes I just walk by and just flush it.
Sometimes I just do it.
I like the swirl. I like the swirl of the toilet.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, obviously, as Bill mentioned, great time at the festival. I would be remiss not to mention, the Federation Cornhole Club that I'm part of. We had amateur state championships this weekend, partnered with Special Olympics. In the cornhole tournament alone, raised over $14,000.
Nice.
For that went directly to Special Olympics, and overall the event raised like 18 grand. Shout out Shuff and Boobs is a dude named Dave, but his last name's Boobier, so everybody calls him Boobs. They said they listen and they laugh. So I'm like, okay. So if you guys are actually listening, comment, because I know it's on YouTube. You're not listening on Spotify.
Come on, Boobs.
If you're actually listening, say
baby.
something. Come on, Boobs. Come on, man.
Come on,
And
Shuff.
great job, you guys. That's really cool.
It was super cool.
That's
Obviously
awesome.
I wasn't there because I was in Grand Rapids doing our thing over there, and it sucked that it was on the same day. So at least I'd like to have been there, whether I played or not, but it would have been cool to just have been there to be a part of it. And so I thought that was super cool. Father's Day was cool also. Chilled out, had some steak, taters, gifts from the kids. Bill got the #1 trophy. I got a personalized shirt from my daughter I'm wearing right now. Let's say
It would have been
Dad-Daughter
funny
Squad.
if you
It says
held up
Unbreakable
a #2.
Bond. Does that say you have an unbreakable bond? No. Got that.
It says #1 dad.
I got a personalized like Pokemon card from John. That was like it was pretty cool. I'd have to show you guys sometime, but and Aiden gave me this cup here. Favorite child, something like that. So it was a good time.
Was the Pokemon card your stats?
It's like it's me and him together, like a pixelated he and I, and it's it was like tickle power was like the 20.
Ain't that the truth?
Something else, but the #1 that was a 200. My strongest power was handsomeness beyond like belief or something, and I was like, that's pretty accurate. So, and it said
Plus
greatest
300 liver damage.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's 300.
It's plus 350 now. They know. Those damn kids know. But yeah, that was a good time. I wanted to bring something that happened to me at work the other day. Technically not in my office, not like really at work. I was leaving work Tuesday because I had to make it to Caitlin's softball game. And so typically you leave work early, or when you leave work on a regular basis, a lot of people are regularly taking the elevator in the parking ramp, up to your floor or whatever. Well, usually when I leave early for stuff like that, pretty much nobody's around. So I get into the parking ramp, I hit the button for the elevator. Nobody's around. I'm just kind of like pacing back and forth, just waiting for the elevator, looking around, just waiting. Definitely nobody was there because I casually glanced around to just kind of see if I had to like hold the door. So elevator gets to the bottom level, door pops open, nobody's on. I'm walking through the threshold of the elevator, and I kind of feel a fart coming on. I'm not really thinking about it because nobody's really around. I just let it rip, and it was loud and stanky. And of course, as soon as I turn around, somebody is walking in the elevator behind me. Like right behind me. I smile. It's a lady. I don't know this lady. I smile. I kind of give her a look, like haha, kind of thing. Like that was not returned at all. In fact, she basically crowded herself into like the corner of the elevator, like I was about to attack her or something. And on top of that, the ride took a little longer because when I noticed her, like when I just was about to press the elevator floor number, like when I was kind of startled because like I just let it rip, and then I turn and I see somebody. I was like, oh, like that. Like I hit the floor before mine also. So like we stopped at the floor before mine on our way up, and neither her or I got out. And I swear at her whisper, like, seriously? Like she said over there. I did like that. When she said it, I did like a cough laugh. Cause like I was trying not to laugh. I was about to lose it. I couldn't hold that in. So
Another
guys-
one came out.
You should have asked her. You should have been like, "Did you fart?"
yeah, dude. At that point, I should have. I really should have. I hadn't seen that person before, dude. It was legit. Like, seriously, I was walking. I just did not fully believed I'm by myself. Walked over, just a big old. And then as soon as I'm turning to hit like the button, the lady's walking in right behind me. I'm like, oh no. And I'm like pressing my button, and then that's when I hit the wrong button. And then I just kind of get to one side of the elevator. She presses it on her own, like just from like the corner of the elevator. Oh,
That poor woman.
I'm not gonna attack you.
You're
She was
like,
so
man, it sure
disgusted.
smells in here, don't it?
I wonder if she
Wasn't
thought like,
in the pipe.
yeah, I'd be like, dude, what the? They've been working around here, haven't they?
Yeah,
I wanted to laugh, but she was disturbed. Just straight up
probably thought you
disturbed.
did it intentionally.
I that's what I think. I think maybe like she was coming at me and I'm like, just give her one. She's getting on the elevator.
You taste
Had
that?
to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever had anything like that happen where you like
I
let
have.
loose a fat fart or whatever, just not think anybody's around or
I'm
embarrassing
too
kind of
self-
situation?
I'm too self-conscious about that. I'm always holding it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I am too, but I mean, there was one time when I was at work and I was delivering and just bent down to like put something down, and there was like 2-3 people there, and just from I'm like, oh,
Butt
it didn't
cracks hanging
smell.
out.
A little taster.
Like, ooh, that one slipped all the way up.
It just went. I'm like, oh, because it was like a loud one too, but it didn't like smell or anything. But it was super embarrassing. Yeah.
Dean, you ever had one just accidentally slip out in a bad situation?
He's like, I don't fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows
You
boys
queef?
don't fart. Yeah, the extra skin.
Oh no. You never had a situation ever?
Every week.
You let an embarrassing fart out?
Can't think of one. No.
Yeah. Well, maybe you need more time to
maybe
think
like
about
while
it.
I was working at Denny's. I mean, maybe in the kitchen, but like it smells like crap back there anyway. Everything smells like grease and farts, regardless. It's kind of like fast food. You know what I mean? Like when you get McDonald's and like it just kind of smells like a fart. Maybe I'm just getting bad McDonald's. I don't know. You don't think,
maybe your
you don't think
farts
fried
are off.
food- you don't think fried food smells like that sometimes?
Like a fart?
Smells weird. Yeah. Like not like one where somebody's about to crap their pants. I just but like you know, just like a normal.
Are you disgusted every time you go to eat fried food?
But I still eat it, baby.
He's like,
Like, gosh,
I have to.
I have to.
Dude, no. No,
Not that
I
can
mean,
think of
if
anything.
it did, I probably wouldn't have it.
comment on that.
Yeah.
Leave a
No,
comment.
I'm trying to think if I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
I mean, it's not like an
It's like
identical.
if it was a
fart,
fart,
it just
but in fried
smells-
foods.
I think other people would understand what I'm talking about. I really
And then
do.
you like
Yeah,
smell
please
it in your throat.
comment. I'm gonna have to put this into a short or a TikTok or something. Comment, please. Do your
Maybe.
fried
I mean,
foods smell like farts?
Not all prep, just specifically McDonald's. Honestly, that's really the only that or Wendy's. Sometimes I don't know. It just gives me a weird smell. I don't know. And I'll still eat it because I'm fat, but like, it smells a little bit like poo. But They made it just for me.
It's good. It's good. I know.
They're just like, you see that guy out there? Fart in his bag.
Bag
He
boys,
likes
bag
it.
boys.
Uh,
I always thought like that's got to be the worst commercial for like friends that work at like a Wendy's or any fast food together, and then like some jerk that knows you comes in and starts calling you the bag boys. And then at school, everybody's calling you the bag boys.
Oh man.
yeah, not great.
Not ideal, but I don't know. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, dude, somebody's getting tortured for this. I know it. Somebody for sure.
Someone definitely.
Yeah. You know, when you go from inadvertent farts to people looking for help, we get into some lost souls on Reddit looking for answers on this week, Dear Sleeper Boys. This week, I got a couple, as usual. This looks like another dating one. So this one's titled, My Girlfriend of 10 Years said she needed more time when I proposed to her. Am I the a-hole here for checking out of my relationship ever since? Advice needed. My girlfriend, 25, and I, 25, have been dating for 10 years. Prior to dating, we were close friends. We have known each other for almost 17 years now. Last month, I proposed to her, and she said she needed more time to get her life in order. The whole thing shocked me. She apologized, and I told her it was okay. However, I have been checking out of my relationship ever since she said no. As days pass, I'm slowly falling out of love with her, and she has probably noticed that I have stopped initiating date nights, sex, and she has been pretty much initiating everything. She has asked me many times about proposing, and she has said she's ready now, but I told her I need more time to think about it. She has assured me many times that we are meant to be together and that she wants me to be her life partner forever. We live together in an apartment, but our lease is expiring in a couple of months. I don't really plan on extending it, and I'm probably going to break up with her then. Am I the a-hole here?
Whoa, that's a tough one because it's kind of one of those you are, but you at the same time it almost feels like you're not, because you've been together since you were what, 15, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you know, you've spent your teen years, your young adult years together. You've never been with anybody else. And then when you propose to this person, because you think that they love you just as much back, that she says she needs more time to get her life in order, that's a shot in the gut. That'd be a shot in the gut to someone that you've been with for a year, 2 years.
Right.
You know. But now she says she wants to be with you and that she's ready. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, as far as like the time frame from when she said no. I don't think he's the asshole. I don't.
Oh, go ahead. Let you continue.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
I was gonna say, I think the only thing that really makes him an asshole is just the fact that he's gonna wait 2 more months until their lease is up to break up with her. If you're already feeling like you want out, it's not necessarily good to hold on to that feeling, especially since I mean, you've been together for so long, you should be able to. And I mean, that's not an easy breakup, but to wait and just be miserable, and then you're not really being fair to her, because now you're obviously, he said it, he's not initiating anything, he's not trying to go out on dates, he's falling out of love with her. Why extend it? I get, like, just because of rent, it's like, if you really cared about her, then you should do it as soon as you possibly can. I mean, maybe that's when you think the moment's right, but like, all you're going to do is make her resent you, and you're going to resent her. And then by the end of it, it's going to be a much more nasty breakup than it would be if you were just honest from the beginning, or just the real advice is to talk about it with her and let her know how much that hurt you when she said no. I mean, because like Bill had pointed out, you guys had been together for, however long, in a long period of time. What was it, 10 years, he said?
10 years together.
Yeah. You've been together 10 years. And like Bill said, I mean, yeah, to be together that long and then you pop the question and then she's like, I need to get my life in order. It's like, I mean, you generally know what what her life is like. I mean, if he didn't feel like it was the right time, he probably wouldn't have. So I don't think he's an asshole, but if he continues to kind of string her along in that sense, then that does make you the asshole. But for feeling that way and because of something that really hurt you, I don't think you're an asshole for wanting to break up, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think he's the asshole now.
Right.
You highlighted it right there, Dean. Hey, I'm gonna wait till this lease is up. We're not together anymore, and you got to find a place to live. So good luck.
See, that's where I was torn. Like,
yeah,
you guys are right. The only thing that brings me back to it is like you can tell he's super hurt,
right?
And rightfully so. But at the same time, if you're not even talking to her about it, if you haven't even brought it up, you just went about your way and just disconnected.
Right.
That's actually also an asshole thing as well. By not being open with someone that you were with for 10 years. At least she was honest and open about the fact of why she said no, even though, it probably could have said something the 9 years before that. But yeah, no, sorry, Eddie, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
You're good. I go back and forth on this a little bit. Yeah, it sucked, but we don't know how he proposed.
Right.
They've been together 10 years. She has some kind of expectation.
Right.
And it sounds like you got butthurt once and like you just checked out. It sounds like you've gotten your way most of the time and then you didn't, and now you're just I'm done. You're like, I'm out, even though because she apologized and then she's been telling you for however long, now she's talking about wanting to get married and that they're life partners and all that other stuff. And she told you that one thing one time and you're like, no, I don't want it anymore. They could have just been sitting in bed together and he could have been like, I think we should get married.
Right. Yeah. No context.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After an argument or even like,
fine, let's get married.
Terrible. Yeah. Fine. Why don't we just get married then?
Right.
And then she's like, I got to figure stuff out. I got life stuff to figure out.
That actually makes sense if that's the scenario for her to say that.
That's how I honestly picture it. Just the way he's described everything after, because he just sounds like just a little bitch. To me, he really does. That's 10 years. I don't know how you propose, and I don't really know how it happened, but that's just how I received this. Is like it seems like you've gotten I just said all this, but it seems like you've gotten your way the whole time, or most of the time. You said it in however way. You did. I bet if he had a great proposal, he would have put that in here.
Right. Yeah.
I did this huge lavish proposal and everything.
We're on
else,
the mountaintop.
She rejected me. Yes.
Right.
Our favorite spot, our first date, something. It was just I proposed and she needed to get her life in order. Well, maybe she was pissed off right then. You ever been mad at somebody and then they ask you to get married? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Not the moment for a yes.
And she's come all the way back. So it sounds like she's like being needy for him again now. And he's just like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think he is kind of the asshole here, especially the way he's going to finish it. That tells me more too.
Yeah. In that context, he's for sure the asshole. 100%.
Yeah. But then again,
we don't know.
We really don't know. So you might be the asshole here. It seems like you definitely could be.
You've heard the scenarios. Now
Yes.
you decide which one you are.
I'd love to respond to that.
Yeah.
I would totally backtrack that.
Yeah.
But interesting scenario. I went to another subreddit to just look up something else, and this was an Ask Men subreddit. Sports fans of Ask Men, what are your thoughts on wearing replica jerseys as you get older? As a kid, I used to wear replica jerseys of my favorite NFL and NBA players. In my 20s, I often wore jerseys of my favorite soccer players and European clubs. I'm 42 now. I feel like wearing jerseys becomes a bit weird the older you get, but I'm going to the USA Uruguay Copa America match in a few weeks, thinking about buying a US jersey to wear. At this point, it's not unreasonable to wear a jersey to a match, but wearing at my age, just walking around town would be a bit weird. What do the Ask Men think? One last factor. If I get it, it'll definitely be blank on the back because I think getting a player's name now would be very cringy once you're older than all of the players in the field. What's right and what's wrong on wearing a jersey?
So I've seen both sides of the debate on this. I've seen people say, you're repping your team, we're repping the squad, favorite player. I've also seen people say you shouldn't be wearing another man's name on your back. Jerseys are for kids, that type of thing. I'm in the boat of wear the jersey. If I don't have any jerseys, but I've always wanted to get, if I was going to get one jersey, it would be a Lions Barry Sanders jersey. I think I've said that multiple times. That's probably the only jersey I'll ever get because he'll always be a Lion. That's my thing. A lot of people will get like Ebron jersey, Stafford jersey, which that's fine. Stafford was there for 12 years, whatever. But they're gone. You know what I mean? And they're with different teams, like Stafford coming back and you're wearing your Detroit 9. I mean, sorry, that's a JMO. You know what I mean? That's my take on it. I wear the jersey. Where it doesn't matter. You're going to a game. You're there to have a good time. You're repping the squad. Are you wearing it wherever? I don't know. I don't think it's an appropriate workplace shirt, but you're going to a sporting event, just wear it. Who cares?
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, wearing a jersey is more of it's a time and a place type of thing. Like I get it, it's going to be blank because I don't want people to, I don't want it's like, dude, who cares? It's the player on the team. You're especially in the scenario that he's in. He's going to this big event, right? This big cup finale thing, right? Whatever it was.
Copa America.
Oh, the Copa America, of course.
Yeah.
And and it's just like, dude, that's a big enough event. Like, why does you're not going to be the only 42-year-old man wearing a jersey that day. I can almost guarantee it.
Be hilarious
and it's like,
if he was.
That would be friggin' hilarious. And then shove that back in my face. That's fine. That's fine. But like, in all reality, it's like, nobody's going to sit there and be like, do you guys see that guy wearing that jersey? Isn't he a bit old for that? Like, nobody's going to say that. You're at an event where I almost feel like you're supposed to, like, you should be wearing some type of gear. You're repping your team. I like Bill said, you just wear the jersey, man. Especially that's not like you're, wearing it every day, going out to, like, this is your nice shirt that you go out into the bar or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're not wearing it in every occasion. I don't think anybody's going to look at you weird.
Rocking a Chris Shelton at the wedding reception there over the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, my Polanco t-shirt jersey on. Had his name on the back. No shame.
Tattooed on my lower back.
Polanco was here. You know, it's really not that deep, man. Just wear the jersey and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Do what you want to do. If you care what other people think, then I guess you got to think about it.
All right.
If you just want to go and have fun and do what you want to do, then just go do that. Especially at a thing like this, Copa America. It's a once a year thing. You're repping the country. Who cares, dude? If all they got's one with somebody's name, just get it anyway.
Just wear it.
Just do it, man. Or order a shirt ahead of time. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that crazy. To me, I do have a personal rule. If I am going to get like a jersey, and I at least want that jersey to be a retired number player. Because like Bill, it goes to what Bill was saying. Like that person is forever in the history of our team. Player that we obviously loved at some point and really enjoyed watching and being a part of it. I have no shame. I would rock a Joe Dumars jersey tomorrow. You know, and I wouldn't feel any issue about it. Now I don't go out and wear jerseys. It's not my thing.
Right.
But I think also for this older fellas, make it appropriately sized. I mean, that Pistons should at least go past nipple to nipple, right? It shouldn't be that baby shouldn't be inside the nipples. You know what I'm saying? So at least check the site. If you have one from 1989 and it's hanging on, that's probably not the one to wear.
Right.
Freshen it up a little bit, at least, if you're going to go out there and do it. But who cares if somebody's name is on there? I mean, like I was joking about Chris Shelton. I wouldn't want like I would. There's no shot.
I'm not wearing a Chris Shelton jersey.
I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear some player that was here for a year or two shirt because I just have it. Now that's for little kids.
Yeah,
like a little kid's got a Stafford shirt on. It's like okay, like they just had a Lions thing and they had it and that's what the parents had and then whatever. Like that's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But as an adult man to be out there with, I don't know, somebody like a John Kitna t-shirt, like that's embarrassing. To me, that's embarrassing. To myself. If it's not embarrassing to you, whatever.
Yeah.
Do your thing. But don't get in my face. Because I'm going to rip you about that Kitna shirt you got on. All right, do your own thing in your own in your section of the stadium. Don't get in my face, bro, because I'll let you have it. I don't know, but yeah, I think in general it's fine. Like, do what you want to do. Who cares if you don't feel comfortable with the dude's number and name on your jersey? Then don't get it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It should be fun. I think that's the gist. Whatever.
Yeah. Right. Agreed.
Excellent advice, fellas. Sometimes you need advice, and sometimes you just need to know if the world you're living in is even real. We got all the answers on this week's Dean's Conspiracy Theory of the Week.
Oh, yeah. Off of popular request from you, Eddie, I went a little bit into the lizard people controlling the government. So it's just like maybe later on down the road I can come back to it for something else. So, and this is kind of like a double theory. I kind of added another theory that makes sense with this. So just bear with me a little bit. So there's some believe that there is a lizard-like alien species that live among us and possibly run our government. You guys have probably heard that from me once or twice. just in passing conversation.
Just in regular.
You guys remember that?
Hey, the lizard people, right?
But so there's a couple of different theories about how they got here. Like they were the original species of Earth and were already here. Some say they left and came back again, or simply that they just came from space. But most agree that they are evil. That's like the main thing that everybody agrees upon. So for a little context, there's a guy named David Ackley, I believe. He wrote a book called The Biggest Secret, where two people he interviewed claimed that a few members of the royal family aren't human, and that some of the other people that they claim to not be human include in the book is George W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Bob Hope, and that they are all lizard people as well. So, and then it goes on to claim that the lizard people are responsible for like major catastrophic events like the JFK assassination, Princess Diana's death, which is an interesting conspiracy in itself, honestly. And even to get a little darker, like 9/11, like stuff like that, which kind of makes sense that they would include George Bush in with the lizard people if that's something that they claim that he did. But according to some old texts, the reptilian people come from a star constellation, X amount of distance away, probably a ton, light years. But they say this is part of it. Some of them, they say that they created humans, and then after they had created humans, they created a lizard human-like hybrid, essentially, which is what is now living among us today. And that they have to drink. Chris Bosch is a good. Sam Cassell is a perfect example. Look at that alien looking movie.
Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo.
Among Us.
Charlie Villanueva. All sorts of guys out there. They say they have to drink human blood to be able to shapeshift into human form. It is written that former presidents and prime ministers have been lizard people themselves, or even possessed or controlled by lizard people. And as I had said earlier, they had control over powerful offices dating back to like ancient times. Even now, it's not a powerful like office holder or anything, but I had seen a video of a reporter who clearly had like something in her eye, right? Like it was something like a kind of big, right? And she wasn't doing anything. Like she just kept reporting like nothing. She wasn't blink. She wasn't going like this, nothing. Like this thing was like crawling like in her eye. And she's, well, hold on. So she said that it was an eyelash, right? But if you look closely, you can clearly tell it's a fly, like crawling around like in her eye. And then she like blinks like once and it falls out, and she catches it in her mouth and just downs it, and just no reaction, dude. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction, dude. She just swallows it whole, bro. And I've seen other videos of like Bieber. He when he was arrested back in like 2012 for like a DUI or something like that, while he was in the holding tank, he was just sitting there and like he blinked weird. Like it looked like a reptile blink, like almost like it came in from the sides. And then his eyes were just weird after that. And then he just turned back to normal. So it's like you start thinking like, are these people like these real lizard people? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty wild. But like I had said, this is going to be like somewhat of a double conspiracy because it kind of plays into this. So if you really start to think about like lizard people in powerful offices, they wouldn't just like give up power, right? They wouldn't, even just going off of like the US government, like they wouldn't just let somebody else like take control. At least I wouldn't think, like voting process wise, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that all of our presidents are in a way related to each other. Every single one of them. All of them. Even Obama is like George Bush's cousin, like distant. They're like, it's not like, ooh, right. Like, you know what I mean? Like exact bloodlines, but all of them are related in some shape or form. And I watched this video where they talked about how this girl did a school project about the presidents. Right? I know this doesn't sound legit, but about the presidents, and did like an extremely thorough job on because she was obsessed with like history and whatnot, and they're all in the same bloodline in some shape or form, all going back to a guy named King John.
Bloodline, baby.
Oh yeah, I was like, I thought you were going to go to the bathroom for a minute.
No, you got to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
There it is.
From the house of Plantagenet, I believe is what they said. This, which is King John, if you don't know, he was like an absolutely crazy old king, obviously, of the royal family. He's actually what they based like Robin Hood's King John on, where he's just like that evil, very greedy, wasn't good to the people. Like pretty much once he had passed away, everybody was like, all right, like, like all right, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, like it was a sporting event, you know? So they were like, thank you. But she did like a very detailed like family tree. And that's what it all comes back. Everything comes back to him. And they say that like 158 million people can actually trace their lineage back to like certain royal families. Like, not everybody's going to be under the same thing, but a lot of people can trace their lineage back to this, like to a single person. Right. And so when it comes to like transferring power, some would say that our elections aren't determined by anything other than who has a more direct line to this king. Even Trump, Biden, Obama, everybody has some sort of lineage coming back to this one single guy in our whole U.S. presidential history. Freaking mind blown, right? Like, it's wild. Like when I was watching that video, I was like, no way. And I mean, it's pretty legitimate. Like, I mean, you have to do some really serious deep dive.
It's going to be a tough sell for me with Obama. Just because you can't tell me Obama and at least he's less Grant or
he's a distant cousin to the Bushes. Obama. It's just what I read, man. I don't know.
I haven't looked into it myself.
Do your own deep dives. You got questions. Do your own deep dive. All
Does
right?
this fit into the Trump time traveling scenario?
I guess it could. Maybe he started the lineage.
Oh,
bang bang! But in that theory, though, it's like compared to like demons, right? They said like demons came to it, but it felt like it fit well with the lizard people theory before, because I mean, about them controlling our government, and I mean, and if what I said in the earlier parts is true, I mean that's freaking crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, more to come with that if possible, if I find something else that's interesting. But that is the lizard people controlling our government conspiracy.
Quick reaction. Your most famous lizard looking person.
Most famous lizard looking person?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of lizard looking people. I don't know.
Name one.
And there's a lot of them, man. Steve Buscemi.
Oh, good one. Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg's a good one, yeah.
I don't know. Madonna kind of looks like a weirdo now.
For sure.
Like a lizard. Eat for the very first time.
But yeah, maybe I'll do like a celebrity lizard. Like that'd be a short conspiracy, but just like examples of different celebrities that could be lizard people.
If there's anything that connects them to what people think they are lizard people, that would also be interesting to hear in that.
I've seen some other, like Katy Perry and her glitchy eye. Have you seen that video? Where she's like performing and she's on stage and like all of a sudden she's like standing there in this is more like an AI conspiracy though, like she's a robot conspiracy, but her eye closes. Like she's just standing on stage, like, and then like her eye just shuts and she can't get it back open, so she starts like doing this, like she's pressing a button on the side, and she's like, and then she opens her, and then her eye opens back up. And that's pretty wild. I was just like, I mean, I guess she could just have a bad eye, but
It's a weird
but
tick, and maybe
yeah,
there's a nerve in there.
right, that helps her get it back. But that was pretty wild.
You got the robot, the AI people. You got the lizard people. You got
They're
the
all in it.
village people.
Everybody
You got
getting
all
this
the
smoke.
people.
Everybody get that smoke.
That is crazy about the lineage, though.
It's pretty wild. That was one that took me off guard because I was like, oh, I saw the video and I was like, oh, there's no way. And then they're like, it all goes back to this. Like, if you really go and do a deep dive on it, but
I don't know. I might look into that.
do it
That they're all related.
in some way, shape, or form. There was one when the original thing came out. There was one president that they didn't think was related, which was the 8th president. Top of your head,
Eighth
Martin
president.
Van Buren.
Oh,
And they said that he was the only one that didn't have any type of bloodline to them. But then, like years later, they came back and found that actually his lineage actually goes to King John's mother. So he's back in the bloodline. Ooh, so right. Yeah, that's right. Give him the ones. But yeah, no, it's interesting. If you definitely look it up.
yeah. Definitely will, man. Definitely will. Things get crazier and crazier every week, Dean. I don't know what to do with you, man.
And don't forget, these are conspiracy theories. These aren't like my legitimate. This is what I've.
Dean's been writing these out for weeks.
Like, this isn't my own personal.
That's just from his journal.
Dean's manifesto.
Yesterday, watched a video of a girl making a family tree of the presidents.
Going across this lizard people stuff, did you see that Dare video I was talking about?
I didn't know.
Oh, well, I don't think that's as legitimate because like they would have been on a movie or a commercial shoot. What then the guy just turned back into normal.
Would I just turn it? Would I just type in Dare lizard people? You think that'd pop up if I did that?
Probably.
I'll look into it.
Like there can't be many Dare lizard people commercials.
Not yet. Not until I come up with more conspiracies with my own opinions.
As you're writing in your diary.
Yeah. Dear diary. Listen, people.
Crazy. But not nearly as crazy as this week's edition of Bills, Balls, Games.
All right, guys. We're going to do a quick version of the Naughty Family Feud.
A QV. All right.
One round before the speed round.
Whoa.
That's right. Are you ready?
Yeah. Triple points on this one.
We can do two rounds. I don't know. All right. Name something that even when it's bad, it's good.
You won the last time.
You go.
Name something that's bad but is actually good.
Name something that even when it's bad, it's good.
Oh, it's late night. The little hanky panky.
That's the number 2 answer.
Oh shit.
Eddie, can you come up with the number 1?
Milk.
Nope.
I get it. I'm with you.
Would you like to pass or play?
I'll play it.
No, let's talking to Dean.
Oh, I thought I had the number 1 answer.
I'll play it. It's the late edition. Pizza.
Strike 1.
Oh. I was pretty confident in that. Now I don't have anything.
Well, You know what? Number one answer. Food is the number one answer. So
Oh, so generalized food. Name
Well,
something that's bad but actually good.
name something
Even
that
when
even
it's
when it's
bad.
bad is good.
Is good. The old right?
Strike two.
I don't know what to say. I don't know if we're trying to keep it clean here or what. Well, if we're not trying to keep it, are we trying to keep it clean?
Preferably. Let's strike three, Eddie.
Even when it's bad, it's good.
Yes.
I mean, I think all my
These
answers.
are people.
People what?
These are just people surveyed. So,
Is it ever been anything else than people
well,
surveyed?
I feel like I have to tell you, like, not a lot of people said anal on here. Okay,
They asked 35
zero.
dogs.
I mean, even when it's bad, it's good.
Even when it's bad, it's good. I mean, food is such a big one.
Yeah.
That encompasses so many things that could be good, even though it's bad. I don't know. Sports.
Unfortunately, that was wrong. You're in the right vicinity, though. Number 3 answer was movies. Number 4 answer, booze. Number 5, music. Number 6, coffee. Number 7, jokes.
I disagree with the music thing. I think
I know
bad,
that was
it's
one
not
that came
actually
up in
good.
my head, and I'm like, yeah.
Like,
how would it be when it's bad? You still think it's good?
Yeah, exactly. Movies
why
I can see. You know, some people, oh, it's so bad, it's funny. You know what I mean?
All right, Dean, you win.
Yeah,
In lieu of the extra rounds, we added one question to speed round. There are 6 questions. Who wants to go first?
Well, we got it. I'll go first. I think that's the route to take.
All right. Give you a timer here. And here we go. Questions will be, timer will start after the first question is asked. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. The groom was so drunk that when he woke up the next morning, he woke up next to blank.
The dog. Hey, I'm on a time limit.
I know, I got you. Name something you'd be shocked to see a boxer wearing when he takes off his robe.
A thong.
Name a breakfast cereal that describes you in the bedroom.
Oreo O's. That's not on there.
Tell me something that might be padded.
A seat, chair.
When a wife calls her mom when she's having marital problems, who does her husband call?
Sibling, brother.
Okay. And give me a word that rhymes with stripper.
Ripper.
All right.
Bing, 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 bing.
Ding, 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 ding. It took you a while, but that was my fault.
That was pretty. I thought I was pretty diligent with my answers.
All right. You said Oreo.
Oreo O's. That's not on there.
The groom was so drunk that when he woke up the next morning, he woke up next to blank. You said animal or dog.
Right.
That was the number 3 answer with 12 points. Name something you'd be shocked to see a boxer wearing when he takes off his robe. You said thong. That was the number 1 answer.
Right. Yeah. That would be pretty strange.
Yeah, for 50 points.
Mike Tyson.
Name a breakfast cereal that describes you in the bedroom. You said Oreo O's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we Owen. I think I'm the only one going.
Tell me something that might be padded. You said seat. That was 0.
Really?
Yep. Number 5. A wife calls her mom when she's having marital problems. Who does her husband call? You said brother. That was not on there.
Oh, that's bold. It's BS, man.
Give me a word that rhymes with stripper. You said ripper. That was the number 2 answer.
Oh, really? There, give me another 0.
No. So you got 76.
Oof.
Overall, considering not that bad. Welcome back. And Dean helped you out with 76 points today.
Great.
Nice work.
I suppose. I think it's a BS game, but whatever.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Timer will start after the question. The groom was so drunk that when he woke up the next morning, he woke up next to blank.
The best man.
Let's go.
Name something you'd be shocked to see a boxer wearing when he takes off his robe.
A shirt.
Name a breakfast cereal that describes you in the bedroom.
Life. I don't know. Chex Mix.
Oh, jeez.
Rice Krispies.
Tell me something.
Life.
Raisin
Tell me
Bran.
something that might be padded.
A bra.
A wife calls her mom when she's having marital problems. Who does her husband call?
Dad.
Give me a word that rhymes with stripper.
Ripper.
Eh-eh.
Dripper.
Eh-eh.
Flipper.
All right, 0.
How many answers
Ding,
did you
ding,
have?
I had 6. Yeah, those were 2 different answers.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get it to you. All right.
Oh, gotcha.
The groom was so drunk that when he woke up the next morning, he woke up next to blank. Eddie said best man. That was the number 1 answer. Those were 30 points. Dean had the number 3 answer with, he said dog, but animal, which was 12. Bridesmaid was the number 2 answer. Name something. Name something you'd be shocked to see. Name something you'd be shocked to see a boxer wearing when he takes off his robe. You said a shirt. Well, that was the number 5 answer. And the number 1 answer was thong. That was Dean. Name a breakfast cereal. Name a breakfast cereal that describes you in the bedroom. You said life.
I give you life.
That was 0. The number 1 answer was Lucky Charms. Number 2 answered Tricks. Number 3 Fruit Loops. Dean said Oreo O's for 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, that's not there.
Good guess.
Tell me something that might be padded. You said bra. That was the number 1 answer.
Nice.
For 72. Dean said seat. That was 0.
Oh,
so
I was surprised. That was
48.
late edition.
178. You're at 183 at this moment. Number 5. A wife calls her mom when she's having marital problems. Who does her husband call? You said his dad. That was the number 4 answer. We're 6 points. Dean said brother. That was 0. Number 1 answer was his buddy. Number 2 answer, no one. And give me a word that rhymes with stripper. You said flipper. Also, dripper, I think you said. That was 0. Number 1 answer was zipper. And Dean was number 2 answer with ripper. 3 was sipper. 4 tripper. 5 clipper. 6 gripper.
I thought tipper was going to be on there. That was my second answer. I'm glad I went with the first.
189.
Close.
So close. Just not ready.
Good game.
Nice work, guys.
And if you ever hook up with Dean, he's an Oreo guy.
Oh. Be a lot of O's in that bedroom. From me. All right, let's go.
That'll do it for this week's episode. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next week on Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast.
Here we go.